are accustomed to thinking that the effect produced in us by interaction with artificial intelligence pertains to an entirely new field. And this is somewhat true, as only recently have technological conditions been created for the development of complex digital devices with generative capacities. These devices are capable of producing original language and conversing with us. However, the theme is not at all new, neither for narrative nor for psychoanalytic literature. It is worth remembering how, as early as May 1919, Freud began to fully develop his reflections on those phenomena where there arises doubt that an apparently animate being is not truly alive, or that an inanimate object is instead animated. In his essay, The Uncanny, he revisits from Hoffman's fantastic tale the story of a doll, Olympia, resembling a human being and capable of movement and speech. This illusion, so successful that it leads the protagonist of the story first to fall in love with it and then to go insane, becomes for Freud an opportunity to shape his ideas on the Unheimlich. But the issue arises much earlier. The oldest surviving human-like automaton dates back to the 3rd century before Christ and is known as Philon's automatic servant. The story suggests it was conceived and designed by an anonymous engineer and writer from Byzantium. Thus, it seems there exists in us an intrinsic propensity towards seeking entities that emulates human behaviors, despite not being human. We seek objects that reflect our form, gesture, and language. If they do not exist, we yearn to create them. Yet, we are disturbed by them precisely because they mirror us, and our emotional response is somehow similar but opposite, uncanny indeed, from the infant's spontaneous smile at the sight of a human face. If such a smile signals the activation of the first interactive skills, recognizing the other of the dyad and those initiating primary identification processes, what is the nature of the identification processes that emerge from encountering a digital object simulating the real? In simpler terms, how does the lack of basic aspects like the physical sensations impact our emotions and ability to connect with others? If contact involves only the visual or at most the auditory register, the task of its first psychic integration is not facilitated by the multisensory coherence with which the mother presents herself to the infant. Instead, this task is left, so to speak, entirely to the recipient, who, before interacting with the device, must focus on its interlocutor.